Skibidi Toilet is absurdist humor for kids. I don't think it's very good, but that's because it's not designed to resonate with my sense of humor. I don't think that children's comedy movies tend to be very funny either, but that's because they're not for me. The Gen Z style of humor, if such a thing can even be quantified, is largely built on irony, references, and wordplay, whereas the Gen Alpha style, wrongly assuming that Skibidi Toilet is their chief contribution, is characterized by surrealism, physical comedy, and what I will term minimalism. By this, I mean that a certain joke is created and repeated but with ever-changing context. Early Undertime Slopper was a good example of this because it had largely the same content every video, even with the same ending, but plenty of things would change about it every video, allowing it a good amount of environmental storytelling. The stakes are constantly increased, the consequences more dire every skibbity dop and every dip dip. Gen Alpha are not stupid for liking this, at least they're stupid in a different way to how we are. They understand that this is a silly premise, but they appreciate how the story seems to change nonetheless. Moreover, how a series about a singing toilet can even have a story to begin with. One of the reasons that YouTube content is more popular among young people such as myself is that there's often a singular person who the entire work is attributable to. It feels more personal. This is not the case for more popular channels such as PewDiePie and more clearly MrBeast, but at least Skibidi Toilet as a creation is made by one person. I will caveat this by saying that the song and other copyrighted content was not bespoke created for the video, but I still think it has its own identity as a mashup. It's not one I particularly like or care for, but that's not why I'm doing this. It's extremely easy to criticize the younger generation because they believe things you don't and largely lack the ability to speak for themselves in a reasonable, coherent way. It's not an indictment of 6-month-old babies that they can't beat you at poker. Learning to communicate the rationale behind your behavior is a lifelong skill. It won't be until Gen Alpha grow up and become academics that they'll be able to fully explain why they found this appealing. The plots become more elaborate, a militarized police force, an unspeakable giant horror, surveillance, theft, vandalism, murder, police chases, a church of divine skibbidery. People are eaten. War emerges. The howls of violence started long ago. Even the cameraman is not safe. More technology. The violence escalates. Kamikaze pilots. Sabotage. Bomb plots. Genocide. Revenge. Spying on the enemy. Good men killed in the line of duty. Technology versus biology. Who will win? The strongest or the most ingenious? More cameras, more destruction, human experimentation. The overall point I'm trying to get across is that Skibidi Toilet has genuine plot elements and manages to world build the stories that are 20 seconds long. It's pretty much rule number uno with jokes that you don't repeat it too many times. When it does repeat, it should be recontextualized and improved upon. Rule number 2 is that you don't immediately go for shit, fart, and burp jokes unless they're interspersed with other jokes. And you really don't repeat those. Eric Andre can get a laugh out of me by just vomiting because the editing and context to the joke gives it massive comedic timing. Sometimes by just having enough surprise to it, a lowbrow joke works. For me, Skibidi Toilet is the antithesis to this. The underlying joke is known to the viewer before they even click on the video. The joke is entirely built around the plot developments and storyline. Xavier Renegade Angel is an ugly show with ugly audio and ugly video, and those are the two things about a show. Yet there's a core of sublime writing that makes it all worth it. Skibidi Toilet has no writing. All you're left with is this underlying nothingness. And from that nothingness emerges a song.
An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
Skibidi Toilet sure is a challenging watch. It challenges our notions about humor, about anti-humor, about culture, about generations, about the nature of language itself. Most importantly, Skibidi Toilet challenges our notions of quality. How is it that such gold to younger people is such garbage to the legal adults? It's because of Marxism. It was very painful watching Skibidi Toilet for this video. It's fucking terrible. Don't even watch it as a joke. I really do regret making this video.